Welcome to Real Estate in the Lowcountry. Joining me now is Brian Kinard with Lighthouse Realty, and we have not seen you in a little while. You've been too busy for us.
Yeah, I've been a little too busy for you guys, which I guess is a good thing and a bad thing.
It is a good thing, but welcome back. Yeah, it's good to see you.
Good
So I know we have a lot we want to get to, some numbers we want to talk about. Of course, you have a listing we want to talk about, but let's catch up just a little bit since you haven't been here in a while.
Perfect.
Tell us what's going on.
So Molly and I are still just doing our deal on the island. Cash and Clementine are both growing like weeds and keeping me probably busier than real estate.
Which is tough to do. But toddlers can accomplish it, for sure.
Yes, they are into everything right now. But no, we're having a lot of fun with them and looking forward to a summer, and Cash actually starts day school next year.
Crazy.
Yes.
He was just born, I feel like, the last time we talked, which is kind of maybe
COVID.
true.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's jump into it. You have a listing, which is exciting because, as we're going to talk about some numbers in a minute, there's not a lot of those to be had right now.
They're few and far between.
Yeah.
So I've got a cool 3-bedroom, 3-bath Oceanfront Villa over at 6501 Hampton Place. This one's listed at 2.5. Comes fully furnished. It's got 2 oceanfront balconies, great bedroom separation. You can be in your kitchen, hanging out, making your dinner, visiting with your friends and family while catching the ocean view in the background.
Yeah.
So like I said, that one's listed at 2.5, and we've actually, the sellers just put this one on the rental market. So it'll have the benefit of rental income for those who are looking to generate rental income. And as we know, rentals around here are just as hot as sales. So we expect it to book up pretty quick.
For sure. And I think it's interesting. It's on the ocean, as you mentioned. And I mean, we're really low inventory anyway, but on the ocean inventory,
you're talking, you're talking less than probably a dozen or so places. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. So let's jump into that a little bit, because I know you do have some inventory numbers to share with us. And as we mentioned before starting to film, we've been talking about low inventory for years and years and years.
Yes, it's kind of our thing we talk about.
It's our thing. But I mean, it's just even more pronounced.
It's crazy. So I pulled this out before I came in for today's taping. There is 129 active homes in the zip codes of 29928 and 26. So those would be single family homes. The condo market has 121 for the same 2 zip codes. So that encompasses Hilton Head Island, right?
Yeah.
2020. We're talking upwards of 580 homes on the market, close to 500 villas on the market. So we were upwards of 1,000 total units, really close to it.
Yeah.
And now we barely clear 200.
Yeah, that's craziness.
And that pent-up demand is still there.
It is.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, so let's talk about that. What do you see going forward with that pent-up demand, with maybe mortgage rates going up a little bit, things like that, and the inventory staying low?
Yeah. So mortgage rates going up. I think in a macro level on Hilton Head Island specifically, maybe on the fringes of affordability, they may have some effect. I think we have such an abundance of cash on Hilton Head in our purchases here that it might not have such a bearing. Back in other areas of the country, maybe in Bluffton and some areas like that, you probably see some effect of it on the affordability edges.
Yeah.
I think that if you look at the stats, there's about 12,000 people a day turning 65. And they are vacating all kinds of cities and areas where they spent that season of their life. They did their deal, and now they're not just moving to Hilton Head. I mean, they're moving to mountain towns and coastal towns all up and down the eastern seaboard where there's nice temperate climates.
Yeah.
And
they're ready. And I mean, it's not just people that are retaring too. It's also families and people that can work remotely, because as we've also talked about, if you can work remotely, why not do it from somewhere you love being?
Yeah. So I just had a listing appointment for another listing that's coming up in a few weeks, and that was exactly what they were talking about. Is they are leaving the area because they're ready for their next adventure in a different area, but that was exactly what they said. They were going to be able to get into a different area because they both work remotely. It just doesn't really matter where you live. As long as you have that access to high-speed internet and the things that you need, you can rock and roll in your business. Right.
And Zoom, you're good.
So, yeah.
It's all good. So as obviously you would be looking for listings, because everybody is looking for listings. So if somebody is thinking about selling, because of course it still is really pretty much a seller's market.
It's, once in a generation seller's market right now.
What would you tell them as advice, and how do they get to you if they'd like to work with you?
First, give me a call. I'm sure they'll have my cell phone number across the bottom of the screen here. I would love to come over and have a look at your property and help out in any way I can, provide advice and guidance to help the seller achieve their goals, right? I achieve my goals by helping somebody else achieve achieve theirs.
Absolutely.
And we are definitely in a once in a lifetime seller's market.
And you're but in the right spot too, because everybody walks by you in Harbortown and
This
can
is it.
see the pictures. So
It is a nice little way to market our listings. I mean, I know that one sitting up there, and I was talking to someone in the office the other day. You know, people come in and ask about those things.
yeah. Well, Brian, it was so good to see you. Hope you can make it back again soon.
Thanks for having me.